already. We've got this play up through connector here. Gonna leave me the Prowler that tries to get him in. Wood on the breach this time around. A fault line comes out at a decent time.
Could be in a bit of trouble if there's a pop flash out of this, but no, it's just going to be a pivot towards the spawn. The minimap is bizarre right now. Triple push from Team Heretics all the way through B, creeping into the spawn of the attackers.
It's going to defeat a lot of this KJ util placed in A main. PRX here able to push out from Link.
There's just no way that they're going to expect this retake to be coming from all of these angles. benjyfishy biding his time right now, allowing the rest of the players to get in position.
They have to know they're on a clock though. Look at the lurk coming here from Boo. They'll be turning up from A main in time, but PRX want to push through. Flash in the direction. Flowers doesn't see anything. Briefly pinged out on the site. That haunt does give a lot of information now. PRX want to push ahead of this way, but look, caught in the grab well here. Devi's got to sit. And then Wood's going to take first contact with Device tucked in the corner. It's a 2 for 2. Forsaken buys his time. Opts to double back. There's no plant yet.
No, they've got enough time though. They want to try to pivot to B, but these 1v1s being taken are awkward. Forsaken, lovely trade. Brings it to the 2 versus 2. And in the meantime, PatMen had been making his way over towards this B site. It's going to be awkward for Team Heretics on this reclear. There's so many positions that these last 2 players could be tucked into, but they opt for the double hauls, play together.
Of course, PatMen dubs as the handler for this PRX team. He's a tight leash on them. And deals with MiniBoo as he tries to approach from B long. It's on Boo. Now they know he's here. The Horde reveals his location. And the IGL now needs to make a play for Halls. He knows what the setup is.
Around a lot of emphasis towards mid. It looks like they just want to go for a very quick A split, or at least threaten that to open things up. Here comes that double satchel. In the push. He can't be getting that.
Oh, there's more where that came from, Wyatt. Devi's having to deal with Benji. And now you're trapped if you're RieNs in A main. He's only good for the 1. MiniBoo needs to try and find a way into the game, but he's at risk of being crunched on here as Forsaken gets the spike down. Clock is ticking for MiniBoo, and eventually he'll be duck out of position. It's on Boo. Stuck here for Flowers, and there's not a whole lot to be done.
And that's exactly what you're going to expect from this PRX team. Just mental double satchels in from Jinggg that you're never going to be prepared for. You're never scrimming against this. They are a 1-of-1 team, and Jinggg is a 1-of-1 raise. Again, it's going to come down to these out, but taking it in convincing fashion.
This is no way you're ready for this.
Yeah, no, I mean, having to make that adjustment. Look at him, he dodges the fall line as well. That movement is so smooth.
And again, we're seeing Heretics try to slow the game.
Slowly pivoted over towards this B side. Here comes a full execute. So much utility for backhauls. But at the moment, that Molly is going to keep Jinggg at bay. They know who has this Bucky. They can just try to avoid him.
He clears the Razor Vine though, so there's an option for Boo to spring forth should he need to, but he's sat here with the Bucky. It's an awkward line to be on. Patience for Boo. He's going to get shot up through the wall though. Benji can't hold mid, only finds his 1. And now from Tower, Heretics have to make the play. Now they're going to start to clear into connector. Wood has given up this space. Play a more passive line. He doesn't see them cross. Showstopper pop. Jinggg is headed on the guts. Oh, he's headed over towards Art. Surely he doesn't wrap on this player. Benji's about to get real busy, folks, and he's dodged the rockets. However, PatMen handles him. Once again, playing through these smokes, though. Boo slows the pace down, and the shots have been good enough to make it something in Forsaken verse 3.
Who's next?
Boo just slowly flanking. Nebula drops, but the ultimate is ripped by something. Going to get all the information on this side, clearing out Secret. Just letting Forsaken know that he's safe to pivot towards this back area. They want to flip the map right now. Stuns coming through. Something feels like he's in so much danger. Gate crashes out to main, and that's just going to separate these 2 PRX players. It's going to come down to individuals. 1v1s, the cosmic divide even being used here.
This is going to at least give a safe pocket for something to get that plant. He gate crashed away from the fault line. Oh, the timing for Forsaken.
MiniBoo just has to watch too many angles. He's so scared. He knows that, you know, Forsaken could be going for him.
You got 2 initiators up here for Heretics. Decent util for this retake, but the cosmic divide is a bit of an issue. Forsaken's going to anchor here behind this Nebula. Information, though, is kind of out of date about where Heretics could be coming from, but now a bit more of an inkling. Is he going to push this? Something happens it there! Here's a double satchel play for Jinggg. Well, you've got A main control, especially up against this half bite.
It's a cool way to take A main, that pop flash, double satchel, and they just want to continue this in. Teleport from something. Jinggg with a nade kill! Something beautiful! Lined up. Multiple headshots. Making light work of this eco.
And now Heretics, you've got the double Marshall play available to you. RieNs is going to have a crack, see what he can find. Jinggg has no time for it though, and MiniBoo will get wrapped on. Oh no, don't do it! Oh no, Util played it, forced Boo out of that position. Buddy, right between the shoulder blades.
They want to act fast. Here comes that Nightfall, clears out sight, A main, not going to ping onto anybody.
Alarm bot triggered on Art.
Our team Heretics is going to try to fight this. You could have MiniBoo try to pop flash out with PRX get onto the site. Steel Garden going to be ripped, going to connect onto everyone.
Yeah, okay, we're going to have that one in play. Devi is going to make it very hard for Heretics to defend this properly. They're going to have to give it up potentially, but they're anchored in. MiniBoo sees a bit off that dimensional drift, but PRX have actually syncopated the tempo here, and there's a drift over to B from the defenders.
This feels like a new PRX round right now. Again, just slowing it down. They tap the plant. They want to bait this utility out.
It's about to get messy, folks. Strap in. There's the ping. The Horde sees 2. Jinggg with the spray. Boo is down in dugouts. Something tries to emerge behind the flash, and Boo is caught with utility's hands. There is
everything they do there, controlling the tempo, is just utterly fantastic. It is perfect play. They slow things down, allow some of those... Something more proactive with this breach that they've got. MiniBoo is postured in A main right now. Here comes that dimensional drift, so he's going to get spotted. MiniBoo is under a lot of pressure at the moment.
Just hoping to fight ahead of it. There might be a safe pocket for something here to just emerge in. We'll call a cancel. Yep, he's no way. Wood is ready for him. That might be a little bit audacious, even for PRX. MiniBoo tries to hold it off angle. Jinggg is just a little better. The guy is running roughshod over the defenders. And benjy's going to get caught on a timing, most likely. Forsaken just rips him a new one. And Boo again, hands out wide, says, what do you want me to do?
3 players are spotted by the dimensional drift from something. He still gets out of it in secret. They've had the ability to hit the site with just 1 player anchoring. Opportunity for benjy, but knows he certainly can't go for more. Just has to back off. He tries to anchor. He knows he's going to get overwhelmed by Util, but in fact, PRX, they're just going to use 2 ultimates. That very safe Cosmic Divide to allow the free plants.
And they can fall back off this. We can go back to, though it's uncharacteristic, the post-plant spam set up for PRX, but they're more likely to play ahead of it. Now, this is a wrinkle in the plan. The lockdown will allow Heretics to potentially filter in here, but something... well, they got rid of their lockdown, never mind. Something's happy to wait and bide his time here.
PatMen going to double up with him as well. Something wants to get some early spam.
All this Util not opening the side up enough. MiniBoo's going to go for it. He's able to find 2. And that's the best! Hopefully, 11-1 rings to the tune of the alarm clock that gets them back in this game. MiniBoo's already gotten his way onto this A site now, tapped up a little bit, and PRX have not quite shown themselves yet. Something lurks amongst the shadows. That's a bloody good timing, at least for one. Devi, what a shot! Boo just runs into it. We can deal with him at least. Player advantage for PRX though.
That is a late swing, but a crucial kill from Wu. benjy, can he catch a timing? He would have to be the one for Heretics right now to save them, to get this pistol round, keep them in the game.
Looks good. Jinggg, however, inching around the corner. It's a very low health Woot that's able to dispatch him. Now we've got a God's Honest 2 versus 2, and here's Forsaken, gets the spike loose. It's up to benjy. Prowler, play from behind it. PatMen sees his quarry. Not quite ready to finish the job. 35 seconds left in the round. PatMen holds it.
What a joy this is to see PRX in prime form.
Round number
White
14.
hot.
That could be the last of the game, but there is a stack on the B side. PatMen, though, takes that one for the team. Forsaken finds his, and then PRX realizes action elsewhere. We've got Jingg's going to start filtering up through connector. He may see the second wave here from Heretics Cross.
He's going to try to swing out. He will. Gets the first tap down and double swing. Forsaken follows in on MiniBoo, caught on the lurk. And it's the IGL, the big brother of the team.
In the unenviable position of having to salvage an impossible situation for his team. This would be one of the nastiest losses that Heretics have suffered in quite some time. Boo here's going to try and go to work with him, but Devi shuts the book on this.
Have looked really good with this neon.
Look at this push up already from PRX on the defense side. They absolutely want to brawl. Heretics, though, have to be ready for it. But how? How do you stand against this avalanche of defenders? Wood is going to limp away from that early encounter. Here's one shot. It has to cross the mid that Devi has on lock.
Yeah, doubled up, even with some players B main, time to walk right at the attacking team, as they always do. Heretics, they're patient, they're waiting, but they're losing the duels. Great trade from RieNs, though. When MiniBoo is alive, they love to go for like a bolt in tandem with a recon to take back yellow, but without him, it's going to be much tougher. PatMen wants to fight this, but the Dizzy connects late.
Spacing's not there. Jinggg actually got off that line, but oh, hi Wingman. He needs to get ahead of it though. The spam's coming in through the smoke. Still, PRX cut down to 2. Here's Forsaken with the Bucky.
Last player standing.
It's all going to be on Divine now. Benji and Woot armed to the teeth, but no plant just yet. And no Wingman to get it done for free.
They want to slow this down.
30
catch
seconds
Divide.
left.
He's pushing, but he's speaking out. And
One way will be refreshed. Give PatMen the edge, but it's going to be a Dizzy on out. PatMen already on the spray. He got his. Heretics slowed up somewhat on their way over towards this B side of the map, but now that Viper Wall is something they can play from behind. Nanoswarm's triggered.
Cover going out. That was a great way to fight that from Team Heretics. Multiple players jumping out to face together off of that Dizzy when the crosshair would be thrown to break it by a defender. Something now posted up at mid. You can see PRX on the rotates getting towards this B side. Will Benji catch the timing?
He's got a player though coming from his left. He might not be ready for the 2 push. And there it is. Once again, PRX give as good as they get.
Rifle upgrade for Divine now as well. Woot solo. These shock darts have done tremendous damage. It's going to force out the Thrash. Can it actually get a connection? And even if it does, can anyone get a kill off of it? No.
Decent ping though on the side of PRX, but here is Forsaken with the Odin. Jinggg wants to try and push up. Woot is very, very low, but there's still a spike to defend now. Heretics just going to try and hang on here. Hold on against this relentless onslaught, but Divine wraps on this B side of the map. Divine's been drawn over in that direction to assist. Benji, the curry spot, okay. Not too shabby, my friend. Holds it down admirably. That is definitely going to throw a and in the works for PRX, and now that lockdown will allow Divine to at least get some space. And RieNs is waiting for him.
Caught by the players who were able to just get out of that lockdown circle. Play in the corner. Credit to benjyfishy. He just wins it out straight up. 2 for 1. And then PatMen was trying to anchor back yellow, but that's a position that you really can't be in alone against Team Heretics.
Jinggg has got very little to see.
I think PatMen is realized on this one.
Forsaken actually gets back.
This could get dangerous, but now that the lockdown is used, that Hunter Sphere is going to need to be expended to break it, unless they just intend on getting out of here, which is going to be the case.
Oh, the Shocky does not hit. Well, that lockdown will be intact. And now Heretics able to make use of that to get entrenched here at this A side.
And they're going to want to use this Hunter's Fury with the Paranoia to get back in. This is fast. This is pacey from PRX.
Here comes that Hunter's Fury, but late as it is, but it's going to be Jinggg going to work with him. He's gotten in and under rafters. Something at a time. But again, it's Benji that answers that late round lurk. Woot deals with Forsaken. Jinggg gets his cap. He was already able to find these first 2 kills. But to expect him to make it 5, even for him, might be a little bit too much. Woot with the shoulder pick, shot through the knee. Still an adventurer, though. Boo and Benji happy just to stay entrenched. A hard fought round here.
Storm just plucked out of the air. All right, Heretics heating up a little bit individually. Ooh. That's crazy. That is a mental shot from Benji, who is starting to hit.
Still cranking 90. Good to see. Why be for now. Haven't one away from that Viper's pit. There's Benji again.
He's hitting. Push up. He is hitting. PatMen trying to trade the C-toss, but Benji gets out of the way.
Oh, this is stunning stuff. benjyfishy. That's 3. Caught by the Paranoia, forced to give him some ground, but now the youngster has some wind in his sails.
Spike down, B.
Right, Wingman is going to be thwarted in his plant attempt, but the Thrash is going to go ahead now to pave the way. Surely Jinggg spotted now, detained. He's got Divine to watch him. Relay bomb comes in, a MiniBoo with the slide across.
Waiting for this cross.
On a very tight line. He's going to see one, that's
Yellow, and the other 2 players are making their way to A with some haste. So they tried to flood in. They might. No, not with that lockdown though. Certainly going to be kept at bay.
I don't think PRX have the mechanism with which to remove that, so they're going to have to respect and pull off the site. That early rotate now kind of nullified. We're going to get a plant down. Heretics look to dig in here and anchor.
And it looks like they want to come right back in. Recon, Paranoia, here come PRX.
Heretics Viper's pit now to play with Woot. Ensconced safely within the poison walls. There's Forsaken, sees this Izzy come his way, happy to spam through. Eventually PRX are going to have to commit. Woot has been dealt with. The Viper though, spawning the pit still at large. Jinggg wants to get past this now. Spam in Boo's direction. MiniBoo, though, dealt with. PatMen is in here, sees the Viper, and there it is. The wall comes down, as does the curtain on Heretics in this round.
Rarely recon for back yellow yet again. Here comes that Dizzy. Team Heretics making their way in, claiming this space.
At some point, they had to disrespect the one way. They had to get moving. So Heretics now have that yellow control. benjy's still waiting for mid. He might not get anything with that up here.
Team Heretics, they do need to wait for this wall to come back up. Oh my god, PRX, they just want to go in off the paranoia with a recon.
Looking for their own timing, marching to the beat of their own drum, but Woot, what a stunning mosh pit there to shut him down. Devi's able to find his two. And benjy's not in a hurry to get involved. Heretics have done well to trade up on this B site. This has drawn something and Forsaken across the map. We're going to have an advantage attack side post-plant.
This is looking highly awkward towards mid. Forsaken left on an island towards B, just wants to slowly maneuver forward. Boo should be able to get this kill. What a snappy shot!
Now, have to deal with Woot, tucked in corner by yellow. Doesn't want to give himself up for Forsaken. Don't even think about the knife, son! Here comes the Thrash. Something Nosy now needs to gain some altitude, but finally...
That was interesting from PRX that they go for this reflight attempt before there's any effort to actually get the spike down. The wingman wasn't planting. There wasn't really a push forward. They just tried to catch raw timing.
Trying to manufacture a timing of their own. It doesn't work out because Woot has a really nice mosh pit.
Now here's some pace from Team Heretics, getting that neon back yellow quickly. They know PatMen could be in this poison cloud, so some shocks going in there, but they don't actually connect any damage, but forced to retreat.
Definitely a bigger commitment to the B side by PRX in this round. Hunter's Fury, lockdown, both available here in the last round of the half for the defenders. So behind the Viper's pit, here come Heretics. They are really looking to take some snowman space potentially here. Wyatt,
They just do it again!
Timing doesn't pay off once more. Hunter's Fury now for Forsaken. Gets a tap on benjy, still no plant yet.
Right here.
That Hunter's Fury just used a little bit late. Boo has gotten his way all the way into the A site, and there's more than enough time for Team Heretics to make this pivot. Yeah, if Forsaken can catch a couple in mid, though.
Is he too far forward? Woot, I like the high-low setup. That is brilliant!
Utterly dominant, now struggling a bit with some of their timings. Again, they refight into B before there's any attempt to get the spike down. That Hunter's Fury comes a little bit late, and Heretics just have their crosshairs placed on all of the angles that they could be pushing out from.
Devi's giving himself away. No reason not to fully commit to this one, but there's
benjyfishy and Woot that are putting up the big numbers as MiniBoo draws a lot of that attention on the neon. This is fast right now from PRX, collecting too early.
This mid-thrust here from Heretics might have fumbled. RieNs waiting. Hips in the night. Yet to leave poor, but eventually someone's going to raise anchor and get to it. RieNs gives himself away. Jinggg wins it out. What an ill-fated encounter for Heretics, and it's up to Boo again. Boy howdy, what a mountain he has to climb. Spike, of course, already planted. That's what you ask for PRX fans. Getting off to a good start with a pistol win here.
All they've had are good starts. They've won every single pistol. If Team Heretics could win this map without either pistol... At the moment, something has been allowed to take all the space and be made. Oh no, that is disastrous. Boo just doesn't think that someone would be that close.
Last time it was MiniBoo got caught out at yellow. This time, Boo has just got a little bit too close to the sun.
Swarm grenade out.
Bear in mind, this is Team Heretics with absolutely nothing left in the bank. This is must win at the moment, PatMen. This fight is so awkward. That's as messy as it gets.
The late paranoia comes in, but PatMen definitely supported in that engagement. Something eventually that was put to bed on the B side of the map, and this has precipitated a pivot. Now with mid-control, PRX can go towards A and not worry about getting caught, but it's a pump fake.
What a timing for PatMen to catch, and they have Forsaken playing towards A again. They could really pivot anywhere here. It's just, we're playing TDM. Who wins that out?
PatMen the Viper.
This is a mental
The stabilizing element of PRX, by the way, is just taking duels across the map. And he has opened it right on up for PRX. MiniBoo has to play second fiddle now and try and make use of that mobility to cross the map. Woot is already set up in Crow's Nest, though.
It does have the wingman to actually pressure a defuse, force some people to swing out. Maybe that's a way in, find a pick.
A small gap in that smoke will be challenged. Woot has to drop down, and the space... How far does their gun skill get them against a fully armed PRX team on a roll?
Listen, they've got the right stack to do it. The weapons might be decent enough. Something shut down early. They're trying to get into this site. PRX Jinggg is pushed up, but he can't connect.
Messy stuff. Divine Forsaken now, got to pick it up, but there is Forsaken. Quick response, and he doubles down. Oh, Hunter's Fury.
He's susceptible to just one shot from it, but he's able to get out of the way, but he can't. Read by RieNs. He's too smart, too aware.
Yeah, with the Fury of Olympia. Now, Divine has to recover the spike and put this together. Both of his opponents, half armor and sheriffs. He has a Vandal to his name.
And he has to fear a potential flank because he was out of range from the turret that was placed. RieNs does have a recon.
Divine has a turret to play contact off potentially. Does he have the time to set up? Yes. Not too bad to have this Sentinel utility at your disposal in such an important clutch.
Look at Divine. He still has to be weary about this flank as RieNs is making his presence known forward.
Trying to get ahead of the Owl drone. Does he have a timing on Boo? Spots him out. Util in hand. Divine is different.
Finds a kill right, but you're asking about. Oh my God! The early Hunter's very double connection.
Oh, that's devastating. This was the round, and Heretics were trying to shore up their half the map. benjy at least is able to lean in, intercede to find a kill. That is an awful way to start with, and he's pinged out again. He's got to give this ground up. All of the A side now belongs to PRX. Look at the timing though. Heretics trying to get in ahead of this, but MiniBoo is shut down instantly. And benjy, beleaguered as he is, on all sides, guns are trained at the killjoy.
We're seeing exactly why. Deep recon is going to come through mid, and then something can swing off this with PatMen. No one is going to actually be spotted by it. No, benjy caught, and there's a teleport into spawn. Disarray for Heretics.
Oh man, they're getting clowned on. This is the rifle round. They were trying desperately to bail water out of this quickly sinking boat. And they've already been cut down to 3 players, and PatMen is on a timing, but there's an awareness here for Woot. He kind of knows it, and he's ready.
I was going to say PatMen, he's just in the walls at all times, but Heretics ready now. This is winnable.
Yep, something spotted out. Here comes a fast retake for Heretics. Good start. Forsaken dealt with Raptors control, assumed. Woot very sharp this round. Thrash here will look to find Divide, last standing member of PRX, and in midair he is. That round from PRX? I can't be sure. Wow! Oh, but he's not ready. He's clearing the recon, and Jinggg is just too far ahead of the play for him.
He just double teleports forward. He gets all of that space for free. You're never expecting it on defense.
RieNs has to salvage. The only player inside the A site for now, disrespecting the smoke at Rafters, and look at PatMen. Pushed all the way up on B.
He's just got the craziest lurk timings. He's going to have to accelerate a bit. The Team Heretics try to get in off this fast lane. They're getting towards screens. It's slow right now. Relay bolt doesn't hit something. Here comes the lockdown.
He's going after it. By hook or by crook. Something is looking for this, and there's PatMen on the lurk timing. Oh, the lockdown is just popped out from under Heretics.
I can't with this guy. He's crazy.
And now Heretics know they really can't play off the site. They've got to commit. They've got to challenge this. Not too shabby there from MiniBoo, but Jinggg deigns to descend from the ivory tower to deal with death blow to the
This is winnable. PatMen's too far away.
Can he get a touch? Unreal.
Highest impact 1v1. But talk about MiniBoo. What an adjustment. Looks like he's already in the grave when he gets this 3rd kill. What is that, man? What is that?
PRX had to be satisfied with a little bit of damage onto the Neon, but MiniBoo also has that overdrive in the ready. Here's Jinggg again. They are never ready for Jinggg. From the top rope, he's able to find his. RieNs claps back now, has to drop to the side. This is good anchoring. Can he do with something? No, the shorty. More than he can deal with. And Boo laboriously will drag himself across the map to challenge this.
Planted.
Jinggg has just been an absolute animal on both maps. Countless first kills.
Boo gives a double swing. He's going to have to deal with it all.
Connection. Wow. Damage for damage.
Yep. They both take a hit there. Ice Fury now being deployed by RieNs. What is there to find here? Comes up with nothing. PatMen hears him. How is he here already? The conditioning utterly broken on the side of Heretics, and now it's up to Boo again. 30 points of health to try and slow the PRX train down, but choo-choo.